Not one soul said a word to the last video that I put up that said, "What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?" Nobody said a word. I mean, dang. That's what was in the box. Harbor Freight. Harbor Ripoff. Yep. Went to Harbor Ripoff and bought a 20-ton press. You'll see after a while probably why I bought this thing. I've always done stuff the hard way. Vise and hammers and torches and other sorts of apparatuses that we are no longer going to use. I'm getting too old for this crap, so, you know, this is a tool I should have bought 10 years ago. It's kind of like that lift I got sitting in the barn. If I only had a damn garage to put it in. More to come. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little review of this this press. Well, look how short she is. It's down here. You've got to stoop over to use it. I'm gonna have to up it. I think some big old like 8x8 timbers or something under it would work perfect, but you know, it is what it is. Well, how we're gonna take these out is probably the wrong way. Okay? I'll forewarn you. Well, first thing you do in the lower ball joint, the way I'm gonna press these out is there is a snap ring, which you've got to get out. Which I don't know if you can see me doing it. It really don't matter. It's a snap ring. This one is stuck on one side, so I've got it started right there, as you can see. You'll have to peel it out of there. Get something to get it with. Best thing to get a hold of these things, because they will fly, they will break windshields, they'll do all sorts of good stuff. So get a hold of it with a pair of side cutters and yank it out. Well, the new ones come with new ones, but we're going to save these just because you never know if you might need that for something. Yeah, I save crap I shouldn't. You also should put, as you can tell, these ball joints are fairly new, but they've been in there for a long time. We're going to pull these rubbers off. They're decent shape. Might use them for something anyway. But these ball joints, they don't have no miles on them, but they got years on them, and they're beyond foobar. They're just too tight. They're trash. They have no movement. They're non-greasable, etc., etc. They're just junk. But you've got to take a snap ring off the bottom before you do any pressing, because when you go to press the upper one out, the lower one will probably start to move in the process. So I think you'll take the bottom ball joint out first. I can't rightly remember, but the bottom ball joint, as you can see, is out. So we are going to set up and attempt to push the upper out this way. Anyway, we got to set up and find some stuff and figure out how we're going to make this happen. You know, bolts, whatever I can find to use as pressing instruments. You know, it's creativity when you're using a press. So anyway, more in a minute. Well, let's go at it. As you notice, I got a 3-pound sledgehammer in there. You know, sometimes you do what you got to do, but I think I'm right. Yep, I was pressing on it wrong, but never in a press exert enough pressure on something to destroy it, okay? I always remember that. And it's like, you know, this one's moving. You know, I could cut pieces of pipe. I could do all sorts of things, you know, sockets. I've got an assortment laying here. Where's the reaching toolbox? There's 13/16. That'll work. I mean, it's already broke loose. All we gotta do is just push it on through. So we're gonna just put a little pressure on it. It'll fall out the bottom. That'll be the end of it. Not gonna hurt the socket or nothing. See? There you go. That's how you press them out. So hang on, I'll show you pressing them back in. Okay, I went ahead and pressed the lower end because I was agitated with it, so, you know, that's how it is, and you won't see it. I recorded it, but I know you won't see it because I'm not very happy with how it came out. Now, on these greasable ball joints, you've got to index this blasted thing right to be able to grease it. This is the passenger side knuckle, and when it goes on, the only way you can grease it is from the back and at a little bit of an angle or so, just about like yay, or to work. So you can't really see that, but you've got to grease through here, through the knuckles, so it's the only way you can really grease it. And no, I did not buy Moog ball joints. done had a couple friends give me the 5th degree of immortal hell over not putting Moog ball joints in it. I looked at the Moogs. Moogs are junk, garbage, non-greasable. They couldn't get me a greasable Moog. So, you know, if I can't grease it, I'm not interested in it. The ones that were in it were non-greasable. They were Moogs, actually. Junk, what it was. You know, they sat and they froze up. This truck don't get drove a whole lot. Needs something that you can squirt some fresh grease in. I mean, that's all there is to it. And you know, I'd never seen a Moog that wasn't greasable. When I got those, that was the first ball joints I'd ever seen that wasn't greasable. You know, I hope I indexed that right. Y'all was watching, did I? I really don't want to pull all that back out there to see. If it don't move, we'll be alright. We can get it lined up. These things don't exactly go in like you think they do either. You got to be careful. What the knuckle looks like and how the ball joint goes in is kind of like two different things. That's pretty close. I think it'll go. You got to be careful. I mean, you can. This is cast iron you're playing with here. You can bend it and you can break it. You don't put a whole lot of force on it. You got to get it just so. I mean, I know it sounds stupid, but you really do. And sometimes the ball joint, the stud doesn't really want to cooperate. And you gotta, if the socket's on it like that, you're not really going to hurt the threads. It's a safe bet that you can pretty well peck on it and you'll be all right. It looks to me like it was pretty well like it was pressing in. It started. I don't know, put a little more pressure on it and see. I'm just leery of breaking or bending, and you know, there's no sense in breaking and bending something when you don't have to. I mean, I've got all the time in the world to do this project. I don't like how that is. You know, that's the one bad thing about doing them with a press. You're not using the correct apparatus to do this. Is that you've got to get them in, started in straight. And I don't think this one is. I think that's my problem. Didn't look it when I started. I mean, this may be it may turn out to be a blunder on old Tow Records part right here. Because I would hate to have to start over. Or hit them threads and have to start over. It's pretty well going in flush now. It was a little off. I beat on it, which is not going to hurt it. But new ball joints are stiff. That is for sure. And we're going to see the way I've got this set up now. I'm going to try that method. Because I already even went as far as put the grease fitting in the lower one, so I've got to be careful. I've done put the clip in and the whole 9 yards. So I got to be careful not to mangle or damage the lower ball joint in the process of putting in the upper. But it seems to me that if I put a little piece of metal under here and walk this around a little more, that's putting me pretty good right there. That looks pretty decent. Let's see what happens. You don't have to be exactly straight. Everything don't have to be exactly perfect, and they will go. There it's going. The jack ain't tight. Tighten that up. I don't know if it's seated all the way or not. Yep. A couple little extra pumps for good humor. And it does, when this is all said and done, the socket is going to be wedged on here. Now, sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't. The threads are fine, didn't hurt nothing. Only thing I do is put this grease boot back on, which is, I have to say, one of the funniest looking grease boots I've ever seen in my life. But it's a solid boot, so we're not going to complain. It's on there, but there's a passenger side knuckle done. One more to go.